While I'm on my path to pursue greatness, obstacles may rise, but nothing is stopping me from claiming what's mine. Shedeur Sanders has returned, and the atmosphere is electrifying. After releasing his compelling documentary, he's not just stirring attention, he's igniting a movement. He's poised for legendary status, and you can feel it in the air. His presence is undeniable. His physique, his posture, and his command of the field distinguish him from everyone else in the locker room. This isn't just about raw talent, it's about mindset. It's the relentless mentality he brings with him that galvanizes people. The momentum is real, and it's impossible not to be swept up in it. This isn't merely about playing football, it's about redefining it. And Shedeur, he's more than ready to lead that revolution. Back home in Ohio, it's personal. "You've got to bring it back and play for you," he said. At the outset, the mental strain can be daunting, but Shedeur welcomes that pressure. He thrives under it. In his documentary, he made it resoundingly clear. Adversity is his fuel. He doesn't flinch in the face of difficulty. He embraces it. He's here to silence every critic, especially those who doubted his rise. Just ask Cam Newton. They had their words. They cast their shadows. But Shedeur brought the truth to light. He's not here to meet expectations. He's here to obliterate them. And once the dust settles, everyone will realize they misjudged him, and now he's here to take over. His documentary didn't just go viral, it struck a chord with a generation. It wasn't merely a highlight reel, it was a manifesto, a message to those striving, those dreaming, those ready to break the mold. Shedeur is raising the standard higher than anyone imagined, and it transcends football. It's about legacy, it's about embodying greatness. He's showing us what true excellence looks like, staying laser-focused on the mission, grinding relentlessly toward your goals, and cutting out the distractions. No chaos, no noise, just discipline. Shedeur isn't just preaching, he's practicing. While others vacationed, he stayed grinding. While the league slept, he sharpened his tools. He put in the work. Every rep, every drill, every extra minute. And when the time came to step back onto that field, for Cleveland, for the people, he returned stronger, sharper, hungrier. When everything happened, I was out of town, but the first thing I knew I had to do was come back to the community. Shedeur's mission is bigger than himself. Every drop of sweat, every ounce of effort, it's for them, for his people. He's not chasing solo success. He's building a bridge for others to cross with him, elevating his community, inspiring belief, proving that greatness is possible when you give it everything you have got for those that you love. In his documentary, Shedeur took a sacred moment to thank every single person who believed in him when it wasn't easy. He's not out here for vanity, he's out here for loyalty. But he also sent a clear message to the doubters. To the ones who lied, who dismissed him, who disrespected his name, they're about to witness something seismic. Shedeur isn't just making noise, he's building a legacy. He's a visionary crafting a future bigger than any one season. And when it's all said and done, his victory will belong to everyone who stood beside him. He made it clear, the starting spot isn't just a goal, it's a destiny. His return video didn't just announce his comeback, it revealed the hours, the sacrifice, the obsession. While others coasted, he was sharpening, evolving, faster, smarter, more dangerous than ever before. This isn't a comeback. This is a full-blown takeover, and there's no force strong enough to stop him. "I'm always hungry," he said. "There's always room for improvement. In the weight room, in the film study, in precision and execution." Shedeur knows the job is never finished. He might have clocked in today, but he's far from his final form. And now, even Colin Cowherd, a voice known for pulling no punches, has spoken. The quarterback debate in Cleveland just got lit on fire. Cowherd didn't hold back. He declared that Shedeur Sanders is already superior to Kenny Pickett, a former first-round pick. That's a bold claim, but Cowherd backed it up, highlighting Shedeur's poise under pressure, his efficiency against elite competition, and his mental toughness. the kind Cleveland desperately needs under center. Cowherd summed it up. He had no run game, a weak offensive line, and still delivered against top-tier teams without major mistakes. That's what separates pretenders from franchise players. To Shedeur, Cleveland isn't just a team or a city, it's a sanctuary. I find peace in Cleveland, he shared, especially when he's around the youth. Those unexpected visits to schools, those unscripted smiles, those moments of genuine connection, they mean the world to him. Seeing the kids' love for me, that's what keeps me going. That's what reminds me why I do this. He's not here to be famous. He's here to be meaningful. Shedeur's documentary, in return, are generating real momentum, not just headlines. He's pressing forward harder than ever. The work ethic, the commitment, the charisma, it's all colliding, and people are finally waking up. Some are even saying he's already the best in the competition. But what sets him apart isn't just his arm. It's his presence, his confidence, his mission. He's earned the admiration of fans, the respect of teammates, and now even the acknowledgement of former critics. As Shedeur continues this remarkable ascent, one thing is clear. This isn't just a return, it's a reckoning. And for every viewer of his documentary, it's a reminder of what hunger, humility, and hard work can do. From late-night workouts to community cookouts, Shedeur is setting a new precedent for what greatness looks like. He's not just chasing a jump, he's leading a movement. His story is no longer about potential. It's about impact. It's about legacy. To the doubters, keep watching. To the believers, keep rising. Because Shedeur Sanders is on a mission. In this journey, it's only just begun. I have unwavering confidence in Shedeur Sanders, a quarterback I firmly believe should have been the first overall pick in this year's draft. And let's be honest, I'm convinced the NFL attempted to send a harsh message to both Shedeur and his iconic father, Deion Sanders. They didn't just pass on him, they deliberately orchestrated a fall, pushing him all the way to the 5th round, where Cleveland finally selected him. Nearly 50 picks after already grabbing Dillon Gabriel, another quarterback. So let me ask you, do you really know what greatness looks like? Have you truly witnessed a quarterback capable of conjuring magic when the lights are off and no one's watching? Because what transpired behind closed doors last week in Miami has NFL scouts, general managers, and team owners in an outright frenzy. Shedeur Sanders just delivered a workout so transcendent, so flawless, so jaw-droppingly spectacular that it forced seasoned evaluators, men who've dissected elite talent for decades, to question everything they thought they knew about the position. The murmurs began on Tuesday. By Friday, it was the only thing being whispered in war rooms across the league. Now, the world is starting to understand why Coach Prime has remained so adamant about his son's future in the NFL. What you're about to hear may completely redefine your perspective on the 2025 NFL Draft. But before we dive into what happened in that exclusive training session, I have a question for you. How many times have we seen quarterback prospects get hyped into oblivion, only to completely collapse when the lights hit? How many Heisman darlings have disintegrated under the relentless pressure of the pros? Remember Ryan Leaf? Remember Jamarcus Russell? The cemetery of overhyped quarterbacks is packed with players who dominated Saturdays but disintegrated on Sundays. And that's what makes what Shedeur did last week so staggeringly profound. This wasn't some cut-up highlight reel against weak collegiate defenses. This wasn't a manipulated social media clip meant to bolster his brand. This was pure, unfiltered NFL-caliber evaluation, conducted under intense scrutiny. Here's what we know. About 3 weeks ago, word began circulating through NFL circles. Shedeur Sanders had orchestrated a private workout in Miami. But this wasn't just any workout. This was held at the elite performance facility frequented by legends like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, a place known for refining greatness, far from media chaos and public noise. But Shedeur wasn't inviting yes men. He summoned the wolves. Former NFL defensive coordinators, ruthless evaluators, critics who don't care about social media buzz or flashy bloodlines. Guys who've scouted everyone from a Peyton Manning to Patrick Mahomes. And they showed up. Picture the scene. It's 6:00 a.m. in Miami. The sun is just beginning to cast golden rays over the pristine field. Inside the facility, the air is electric with anticipation. 15 stone-faced NFL executives, scouts, and coaches. Clipboards ready, eyes narrowed. Then Shedeur walks in. No PR team, no music, no spotlight, just a young man carrying the weight of a historic last name and the hopes of a generation of fans who believe in him. The silence was deaf. Second throw, the stakes rise. A comeback route requiring anticipation, NFL-level timing, and blind trust. Shedeur releases the ball before the receiver makes his break. It lands directly on the chest at the precise moment of the turn. One scout drops his clipboard, and that was just the warm-up. Then came the real trial simulated pressure. Full speed, full intensity. A defense composed of recent NFL starters, not scrubs. Veterans who live to confuse quarterbacks with disguises, rotations, and mental chess. The scenario? 2-minute drill. Down by 6, no timeouts. 85 yards to glory. They knew they were witnessing something rare, something extraordinary. But that was just the beginning. The next drill was designed to expose flaws, crush egos, and test a quarterback's true composure under fire. They brought in pass rushers, not rookies, not washed-up veterans, but former Pro Bowlers, warriors who spent years wreaking havoc on NFL backfields. These were men who perfected the art of pressure, who made a living reducing quarterbacks to rubble. The setup was merciless. A 7-step drop, deep developing routes, and relentless pressure coming from every direction. No favors, no soft reps, no coddling the kid with the famous last name. Shedeur takes the snap. Chaos erupts. A speed demon barrels off the edge. A bulldozer crashes through the interior. A linebacker times a delayed blitz to perfection. The pocket implodes. Rapidly. Violently. Any typical QB would fold. Most would flee. Some would hit the turf and pray. But not Shedeur. He glides 2 steps left. Calm. Calculated. Never taking his eyes off the field. Then, under direct fire, he unleashes a 30-yard dime, threading it between 2 defenders as a defender closes in. He gets hit, hard, but the ball sails cleanly, crisply into the receiver's hands. The pass rusher who was about to level him, he just stops and watches. The facility freezes in stunned silence. Then one clap, then another, and within seconds the entire scouting contingent isn't on their feet, erupting into applause like they just witnessed the birth of a legend. But that was just the drills. This isn't your typical off-season Cinderella tale where a rookie dazzles for a few practices, fans cheer, and reality soon reclaims its throne. No, this is upheaval. This is the tremor before the quake, a cultural reset wrapped in shoulder pads and soaked ambition. That now viral footage of Shedeur grinding alone in the rain, it wasn't just visually compelling, it was symbolic. In a league obsessed with image, this wasn't curated content. No entourage, no glossy camera angles. Just rain-slicked turf, drenched gloves, and a quarterback possessed by purpose. And it sparked a question Cleveland's been too afraid to ask for years. What if the best quarterback on the roster isn't the most expensive, the most seasoned, or the most hyped? What if he's a 22-year-old machine built brick by brick in Shedeur Sanders' house of iron? You can feel the shift in the air. The veterans sense it. The coaching staff senses it. And the fans? They already know. Shedeur isn't gently knocking on opportunity's door. He's kicking it off the hinges. While the Browns front office plays the politics of depth charts with whispered caution, the truth is already loud. There's a revolution unfolding at quarterback. And the only question now is whether Cleveland will lead it or get trampled by it. For the social clips, before the ESPN takes, before the whispers leaked from Berea to the national stage, Shedeur Sanders was already in the shadows, grinding before the sun came up and long after the field lights faded. No cameras, no endorsements, no clout-chasing crew. Just a soaked field, a soaked QB, and the kind of grueling repetition that never trends, yet always shows up on Sundays. What separates Shedeur from every other offseason darling? He didn't want the cameras. That viral video wasn't a PR stunt. It was leaked, captured by a stunned team assistant who stumbled upon a lone warrior executing footwork drills in midnight rain like a surgeon rehearsing a high-stakes operation. He wasn't posing, he was preparing. Deep outs, perfect timing, wind whipping, hands freezing, and he stayed. And he kept throwing. The rawness of it hit hard because it didn't feel like marketing, it felt like obsession. That's what lit the spark. Not a TikTok, not a coach's praise, but proof. Proof that Shedeur isn't chasing media relevance. He's chasing greatness. When that clip started circulating within the Browns' own walls, the energy shifted. Conversations turned from whispers to declarations. Coaches raised eyebrows. Players started texting. Yo, you seen this? And they started showing up earlier too. Thank you guys. See you next video.